So they got this podcast, right? Ain't no point to the thing. Just a bunch of assholes sitting around talking about masturbation and shit. They never run out of it, you know? That going back in time potion.
Like beating off potion.
Yeah.
I like Asian girls with tight young asses, especially when they wear librarian glasses and games. I like video games. If I was given the choice between endless talk or playing Mario Kart and jerking off, I'd say that I choose games. So stuff a dirty sock into that bitch's mouth. Grab your joystick, a beer, and veg out on the couch. It's time to start the podcast now.
I guess we should jump right into what you been playing, nigga. Who would like to go first? I have a fucking humongoid list, so.
All right, Kish, you go first.
All right. Well, I have a substantive list. I listed a number of them up on the website. Since Christmas time, I've played several games. Gears of War 2, Call of Duty, Saints Row 2. But lately, last game I played was Dead Space. I just finished that a few days ago. It was a very nice game. I think of it like a Resident Evil 4 with scarier moments. On a dark ship, it's a lot easier to get freaked out. It's got a good atmosphere to it.
How does it compare to Doom 3?
I never played Doom 3, but from seeing it, it seems like it's better because you don't have to switch between holding a flashlight and holding a weapon.
Which game is this? Far Cry?
No, Dead Space. I did play Far Cry too. I played a lot of games.
How is Doom is supposed to be like Dead Space?
Doom 3 is pretty cool first person like space-based shooter. Like, you're stuck on like a sort of I don't know if it's a ship, but it's some futuristic place in like some crumbling kind of decrepit spacecraft or something. It's a pretty good game. It's really scary.
Yeah.
I've played it on PC. I haven't played it on anything else. I don't know if they've released it on anything else.
I think it came out on Xbox One.
Yeah.
The first Xbox, yeah. So it was good. I mean, it was great on PC. I don't know how it was on the Xbox. But.
Yeah, it's a little different. Obviously, it's the third person over the shoulder type view of the Resident Evil 4 and Gears of War type, where you can see over the shoulder and you bring up the it's basically like a laser aimer, like Resident Evil 4. It's a little easier than Resident Evil 4, I thought, because you don't have to you don't run out of ammo so easily.
That's a good thing, because that's very annoying. I mean, I know it adds to the scare factor, but like, fuck that. That's annoying.
Yeah, that was really annoying. Your inventory is one thing. It takes up one block. It's not like Resident Evil 4 where you have to like fit.
Oh, that's good.
Boxes of ammunition and your weapons and like the suitcase.
Yeah.
It's you as you upgrade your suit that you wear, it upgrades the armor and it upgrades the inventory capacity. So basically, certain types of ammo is saved in different number amounts in each inventory slot. But it's good. I played it just on the medium setting. I plan on trying it out on the harder setting, see how that goes.
I like how in Resident Evil 4, a rocket or a grenade launcher fits in a small suitcase. And where is this suitcase? You never see your character carrying it.
So, about Dead Space, like, is the story like a whole thing that really interested me about Dead Space? I haven't played it, obviously, but they had like this online comic that had some of the backstory to it. Is the story like furthered throughout like kind of the game? Is the storyline good? Is it interesting? Does it bring you in? Engrossing?
Yeah, it's more along the lines of like BioShock, like that type of thing, where you find audio logs and like video logs like scattered around the ship, and like as you know, have you played BioShock?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, you know how you find like the audio recording. So basically, you unlock the story as you're going throughout because you find little things and you hear what people have had to say about what's going on. But there's also plot progression with because you're not alone. When you land on the ship, you crash in there with a couple of other people, and they're actually on the ship the whole time too. But you're on your own basically, and you basically just perform tasks in different parts of the ship. But the story was okay. It wasn't anything great. It was a little confusing, but it wasn't the best story I've ever heard. But it wasn't as bad. It wasn't Blue Dragon bad. So
Yeah. I don't think anything is Blue Dragon bad.
That game just had no point. But no, I kind of want to read that. Yeah, I know there was the comic or the DVD that they had. The movie, I haven't seen that, so I'd be interested now that they played it to see what that's about.
Yeah, they have like that's a weird game. Like it doesn't just end at the game or like a movie and a game. Like they're gonna have everything for that. They already have the comic. What else? A movie's in the works.
Well, I think don't they already have a DVD out?
Do they? I don't know.
It's an animated.
Oh yeah,
movie.
No, I mean a real movie though. I think
Oh,
is in
really?
the works.
Oh.
I'm sure that I know is a no-brainer because it's like an aliens type setting. That's very cool.
What movie? There's some movie game that's supposed to be coming out. Is it Halo? They're gonna turn into
Street Fighter 4.
Well,
Oh, right,
not
I
that.
saw that on
The Chun-Li movie.
Yeah, get that.
No.
Can we talk about that for 1 second? Honestly, you have to be retarded to want to see that movie. Even thinking about it, if you're like a little kid, who is that much into Street Fighter that those characters are like interesting and a movie is deserved? Please.
I can't imagine a movie about Street Fighter coming out now. I
Yeah.
mean, like, maybe
Ever.
back in. I mean, back in when Street Fighter was really popular.
When that
And they had a movie and it
And-
blew.
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of people probably saw it just because Street Fighter was so popular. But now Street Fighter really isn't that popular
Yeah.
anymore. I mean, I'm not. I used to like playing Street Fighter, but I'm not gonna go see a movie about it.
I think they were
It's
banking
retarded.
on Street Fighter 4 being, and don't get me wrong, it sold very well, but like I think they were banking on it like really coming back in a huge way. And
They cut the movie deal before.
oh yeah, definitely. Fucking, I don't know. I got it, and one, it's too fucking hard. I can't even beat it on a medium setting. It's cool. It is what it is, but it's like. I was so excited to get it, and when I got it, I was like, this is kind of boring. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I definitely don't know how to play it, but it's not nearly as fun as it was. But I also haven't played it multiplayer with people in the room. That's probably a huge, part of the experience.
Some marketing company for some video game should redo what The Wizard did and make an
Yeah.
entire movie for a video game advertisement.
Mm-hmm.
That was a solid movie.
What else you got, Kishikins?
Well, I bitched about this a little bit on the website. I basically had to replay Call of Duty World at War. I didn't have to replay it, but I've now found out that I am becoming an achievement whore. So, I wanted to. I think I was going to try out the multiplayer in World of War. I think that was my reasoning for. I just finished Dead Space and I put it back in, and I installed World of War on my 360. And when I went to play it, it said, "Oh, there's an update available. Please install." Okay, so the normal. They give you a little update. It takes 10 seconds to install. I do that. I go into the game, and all of my achievements are gone. For some reason, I could only play one of the levels. For some reason, I can only load the save file up on one of the levels.
That's weird.
Luckily, it turned out to be the last level of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So when I beat that, it basically unlocked all the previous levels.
That's
But
so
it was
weird,
the weirdest
though.
shit ever. I mean,
Was that like a known issue? Because I looked around on the internet
Yeah.
after you posted that for a little bit, and I didn't see anything that I couldn't find anybody, having that same exact issue.
I guess it's Chris and Earl.
yeah,
Those are the only
it
two
must
people
be.
it's fucked up.
Well, I know Earl's is legitimate because I think I've looked I looked for Earls, and people have bitched about that where their levels got reset in multiplayer, but
Yeah.
I didn't even bother to look if anyone had the same problem I did. It just pissed me off, but the game only takes 6 hours to beat, so I just played through the game again.
Yeah, that's unacceptable, really.
How's the game itself? I mean, did you like playing through it the first time, I guess?
I think I actually like playing it through the second time. I think the first time I played through it, I was just trying to play through it so fast just to finish it. But I actually paid attention more the second time I went through. I didn't really pay attention too much to like the voice acting and stuff like that, or like the other effects. But I think I liked it the second time going through again. I also tried to get certain achievements on levels, so I had to pay a little more attention. And I'll just say the veteran mode on that game is harder than veteran mode in any other Call of Duty game I've ever played.
No way.
It's so
That's impossible.
It's ridiculous.
Call of Duty 2, veteran mode?
Yeah, I really think.
Really? Wow,
Yeah,
that's
like,
crazy.
I was barely getting grazed by a bullet and dying.
Nice.
The first level of the game I played on veteran mode, it literally took me an hour to get through.
That's crazy. That's hard.
Yeah.
Call of Duty 2 veteran mode is probably one of the hardest veteran modes I've ever played.
I'll have to go back and try that again.
Especially the storming of Normandy, like the U.S. level or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just almost impossible in veteran mode.
I think I remember Call of Duty 4 was pretty easy. Call of Duty 4, I got up to the second to last level, and I couldn't get through it on veteran mode because I was stuck at a timed part, and I couldn't. You're basically trying to race through the level to beat the time limit, and I just couldn't do it in the time and still survive. So,
No, something's easy for you, then it's impossible for me because you bounce grenades off walls and shit. I get shot in the face as soon as I join the game.
the single player is a little tougher. I find it tougher to play the single player than the multiplayer on like Call of Duty 4. I don't know, just the controlling of it, because in the single player it's trying to auto target a lot, and it just feels sloppier. When you play multiplayer online, it feels nice and smooth, but I don't know. That's just my 2 cents about it.
I see.
But yeah, and I was thinking about playing Grand Theft Auto 4. I thought about downloading The Lost and the Damned the other day, but I didn't. So until I decide to, all I'm playing right now is a paintball video game for 360. That
They have
came
a
out.
paintball video game for 360?
Yeah, it just came out 2 or 3 months ago, and the professional tournament league that the game is sponsored by and stuff actually is gone now.
Oh, really?
I don't know if it went bankrupt or whatever, but it doesn't exist. It's gone.
Maybe they
Within
put too much money into
within
the
the
video
past
game.
2 months. Yeah, it shut down.
How's the game itself? Is it? I mean, I've never.
I've played. I played an older paintball game that was out for the first Xbox, and it's actually similar to that. Like the controls are exactly the same, and the graphics are all right. But I mean, like they could have done a lot better.
Do you know who the studio was that put it out,
No, I don't remember.
or the name of the game?
It's MPPL Tournament Paintball 2009.
Okay.
Is the name of this game, but yeah, it's kind of sloppy, like controlling, but it's paintball.
Do you have paintball grenades and paintball missiles?
No, it's all airball fields. It's all fast paced.
Okay.
It's none of the stuff in the woods.
Is there like upgrades, like you can choose your guns and stuff like
Yeah,
that? They're actual
it's
like
slow.
production guns, or
It's slow and it's kind of backwards. They once you beat like the second or third tournament, you unlock a couple guns that are better than guns that they unlock for you like in later tournaments.
oh really?
So I don't understand the backwards thinking in that. It's like maybe we'll make it easy for them the first couple of tournaments.
Is this a disc game or is it downloadable?
No, it's a disc game. It's a full game.
How much was?
Well, I just borrowed it from my cousin, so
Oh.
it was free.
Free's always good.
Yeah. But yeah. I was gonna achievement whore a little in Grand Theft Auto, but I decided to play this paintball game instead. So
Now, you borrowed Fallout 3 from me. Do
yes.
you want to talk about that, or?
Yeah, sure. We didn't really
Don't
talk about Fallout.
don't give too much away because I still haven't played it.
Well, Chris
really.
played it too,
You
right?
didn't play Fallout 3?
I only played it like 10 hours and I got nowhere and I let him borrow it because I got too many fucking shit to play.
Yeah, no, I beat it already. It's great.
Yeah. What did
It's-
you think of it?
It's very good. I think the main storyline is kind of short for what it is, but there's so much side stuff to do.
Yeah.
That I think I spent over 50 hours of playtime in it, just doing other little like side missions, and I just kind of waited to finish the main story missions until I was ready to do it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I did. I basically followed, just about every side quest that I could get on.
Yeah.
Until kind of towards the end of the game, and then I was just like, I kind of just wanted to get finished with it at that point to see
Yeah.
how the ending was, and then I kind of rushed through the ending. So I
Yeah,
still need
pretty
to go
much.
back and play some of the little missions.
Yeah, as soon as I'm done with some of the shit that I just bought, I'm gonna go back and play it. But I love the part when you go to this like little town and there's a sniper up on like a top of a building.
In the attic of the one, like
yeah, it's that was fucking cool as shit. And there's like landmines all over the road.
minefield. Yeah,
Yeah, that was great.
yeah.
Christoph, what have you been playing?
I haven't been playing much lately, honestly, but let's see. I've been playing a little World of Warcraft again, believe it or not. Out of, I don't know why. Well, they released Wrath of the Lich King semi-recently. Haven't gotten that yet, but I wanted to...
Do you have Burning Crusade?
I do have Burning Crusade. My highest level character is still only 61, so I honestly didn't play it that much.
Yeah.
But I've been playing that, and just more to find out if I want to get back into it than to really do anything with it or whatever. And I don't know, it's kind of hit or miss for me. Like, it's fun, but unless you have a really good guild that you're a part of, it can't be that fun, because
Yeah.
to do all the fun stuff, you really need a big group of players, and it sucks like just having to troll to find them every time you want to do something.
Yeah.
It works towards the end of when I was right before Burning Crusade came out. I happened to be in a really, really solid guild, and we used to run stuff all the time together, and they were just a great group of guys, all older people, around my age or whatever, no like little kids or anything like that. And it was a lot of fun, but I don't know, like, I started playing it again just to see if I could get back into it, and I'm kind of on the table about it. I'm not 100% sure that I really want to start playing it again. One, it takes up a huge amount of time, which my wife doesn't like, and two, just because I really don't feel like having to play so much again that I could find a really good guild to be in to actually do something in the game. So I think I'm going to pass on that.
That's how I was. I quit. I quit for good right before Burning Crusade came. Well, before Burning Crusade was supposed to come out the first time.
Right.
It was supposed to come out, I think, in the fall, and I quit in the fall of whatever 2006, 2007, whatever year that was, and then they pushed off the expansion until like spring, I think.
Right.
And I stopped playing. I deleted everything. I got rid of every item I had to make sure I could never come back and play the game, because it's a very addicting game when you're doing it. And like you, I was in a guild and we were constantly raiding. By the time I stopped playing, but after a while, it got to be so much of a time consumption that.
Yeah, I mean, being in a really good guild is like kind of a double-edged sword, because one, it's great because you can play the game the way it's meant to be played. Two, they expect you to play the game the way it's, so if like you're not on for a week, you're basically like persona non grata, because they've been counting on you to be, to help them do this or help them do that, and if you're not around, they'll find somebody else to replace you pretty quick.
Much.
So
Now, what's the situation with people on that game? Is it like playing people on Xbox Live? Are they annoying and
there's plenty
like
of
little kids, or is it like a real serious fucking like thing? We have to go get the fucking wizard's key now.
you get both ends of the spectrum, really. Actually, there's a really good downloadable content that you can get for free. You can watch it online as well, but in the Xbox live marketplace or whatever, if you look for this downloaded videos called The Guild, I don't know if you you've watched them or whatever.
No.
But it basically makes fun of these people that play like World of Warcraft
Oh,
all
yeah?
the time, and it's
I'll
pretty
check that out.
well done. It's really really funny. And if you've ever played World of Warcraft, you'll know exactly what they're talking about. The people in game, I mean, it's kind of like you get both ends of the spectrum. You do get a lot of kids, but you don't get a lot of the bullshit like nigger this,
Yeah.
whatever that you get on Xbox Live. But you do get like immature kids or whatever. And at the other end of the spectrum, you get people that are really really into the game.
Yeah.
But most people tend to be somewhere in the middle, like.
Have either of you run into Leroy Jenkins?
Well, that was amazing.
Leroy Jenkins!
That was actually a doctored video, so no.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was all
Oh,
set
that's a
up.
shame.
Speaking of that, I actually read that on cracked.com. It's a website you should check out. Cracked, CRACKED.
Like built off the old like Mad magazine ripoff, Cracked magazine.
I don't know, but
Probably.
Anyway,
yeah. Apparently that was a doctored video. Apparently it's not real, like the people that made it. But yeah, concerning the annoying young people and the really serious people, yeah, you kind of get a mix of the two people. I mean, I was lucky where I was in a guild where everyone was pretty relaxed. Most of the people in my guild were older than I was. Like our two guild leaders were like 40, 50 somethings from the Midwest. But they were like relaxed people. But yeah, you get a bunch of assholes every now and then. But like Chris said, you really can't get away with doing too much bad stuff because people will report to admins and things like that.
yeah, they're pretty serious about
Yeah.
sort of infractions or whatever. And the worst thing that can happen to a lot of these people is like lose all their shit or something.
Yeah.
Have to start over because
That's
they-
death
they
to some
effed up.
people.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, the game is such a serious time commitment that if you even losing like half of what you have can like set you back months.
Oh, I'd say
Yeah.
fuck you, and I'd never turn it on again.
That's what I mean. So a lot of people are pretty careful about that stuff. But all in all, it's a fun game and everything. But it's just such a serious time commitment. I just don't have time for it anymore.
Yeah. And what's the other thing you played? Disgaea?
Well, I've been playing Disgaea for I don't know a while now. But I downloaded Prinny Can I Really Be the Hero, which is a platformer based off the Disgaea series, which is a lot of fun. Super super hard platformer game. The storyline's good though. The voice acting's well done. I think it's basically done by the same people that do the Disgaea series for I guess PS2 and PSP or whatever. So
Yeah. But did you ever beat Disgaea or no?
no, I actually am on like the last board. I have a save at like the last board. I think like the main boss, and it's super super hard.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah.
RPGs usually aren't very hard. It's just
This isn't an
gotta put in the
RPG.
time.
This guy's not really an RPG.
It's not?
It's more of a strategy game than an RPG.
Oh, no shit.
It has RPG elements, but it's more like. Did you ever play like Final Fantasy Tactics?
Yeah, I don't really like that game.
It's kind of like that, like the play style.
Yeah.
There's a lot to the game, though. I mean, like you can spend a lot of time playing the game. There's, in addition to, the regular campaign mode where you're just clearing levels and stuff like that. You can go back and play the levels once you beat them as many times as you want to build up, experience or levels in your characters or whatever. There's an item world, so every item in the game actually has a world associated with it. And by going into the world and defeating bosses inside the item, you can power up the items.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And each item sometimes they're called like specialists, and if you defeat the specialists in the items, then they work for you, and like it'll boost the item stats in other ways. Like you might like get like resistance to fire or something like that. In addition to that, there's this whole like kind of side thing of basically it's called like a Dark Assembly, where you have to petition the Dark Assembly to get better items or hire new characters or a whole bunch of different things you can do, like request promotions and stuff like that. So that's another part of the game. Another really cool feature of the game is like if you create characters, like each character is like a minion to one of the characters that you have. So there's like a main character that you have, but you control as many characters as you want, really. So if your main character, say, hires this other character, and you're standing right next to them in the game, during battle, you have access to any special abilities that they have. And if your main character basically uses that special ability enough times, they learn it for permanent.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, so you can power up your characters that way as well, which is it's a really neat game. It's real well done. I started playing that again just because it's so fun. I started actually from the beginning again because because I want to just kind of play through the whole thing again. But the Prinny, Can I Really Be the Hero, whatever, is great platformer. I haven't played it that much, but it's a lot of fun so far. Some other games that I've gotten for PSP are Wipeout Pulse, which is pretty well done. The controls are a little wonky on the PSP, but overall it's a decent Wipeout title, which are really probably my favorite racing games for PS1 and PS2.
Yeah, it is a fun game. It's no F-Zero, but it's not too far off either. It's different, so.
Yeah. It's, what else? Echochrome, sort of weird puzzle-type game. I played a little tiny bit of that. It seems cool, but I just haven't spent the time to really get into it. It sort of has like an independent feel to it. The whole game is based on like perspective, like changing your perspective, rotating maps and stuff like that. Sort of like an MC Escher type deal, if you can imagine that. But it seems pretty neat.
Yeah, it doesn't look like something I'd want to buy really, but it looks good for just a rental or trial or whatever.
Yeah. What else? There's one other game that I've been playing, and I can't. Star Ocean, the new Star Ocean for PSP. Which, it's fun so far, but I've been playing it for 3 hours, and I haven't actually done anything in the game. Yeah. It's just like, I guess it's really, really slow to get started, and after that, it's okay. But I've been playing for 3 hours, and it's all dialogue. I've been in like 2 fights, and
that's obnoxious. They need to, in RPGs, get something that kind of makes you excited right away, because there's a lot of them start off and you're just walking around talking for the first couple hours, and that that's not a good idea, because a really good game could be thrown to the side just because it's boring in the beginning. But
Knights of the Old Republic, Jack.
Exactly.
You jerk. It's an awesome game.
Well,
don't listen to what Jack says.
I don't have time to sit through 8 hours.
It's not 8 hours of dialogue.
It's enough.
There's cutscenes.
Yeah, too much.
Anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much, I think, all I've been playing lately. Oh, Forza 2 Motorsport for Xbox 360. I got that used off eBay.
How much?
$8.
Nice.
I think. No, $5 actually.
Yeah.
Nice.
eBay, it really is the shit for buying older games.
It didn't come with the case though.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, that's what I said too. So, but anyway, for a racing game, it's pretty good. I like the Project Gotham series better, I think. Forza is more like kind of track based racing, and it's good. It's like it's more of a simulation, I would say, than a racing game.
It's street racing, right, or whatever?
No, it's like track based racing. Like, so you're on like actual racetracks.
Yeah.
You know? So it's got a lot of features. You can upgrade your car, like just about every aspect of it. Like put on new exhaust, new rims, new wheels. Like it's more of a simulation game than anything else.
Yeah.
And it's fun, but it's I think I like Project Gotham a little bit better. So, but for $5, hey, how can you go wrong? That's pretty much it for
That's
me.
it. Yeah, I got a fucking humongoid list of shit that I bought and am playing now. We should start with. Hold on, my codec is ringing. Hello?
It's me, Snake.
Oh, Snake. It's a good thing you called. I was just about to tell everybody how I've been playing Metal Gear Solid 4.
Metal Gear, huh?
Yeah.
So, what did you think?
Actually, I liked it a lot.
Really?
Yeah, it was actually really good.
Well, don't you have an apology for me?
Yeah, Snake, can we talk about this when I get home? I'm on the air right now. I really don't want to...
Why is it so hard for you to admit when you're wrong?
Yeah, well, why is it so easy for you to be a bitch?
I'm going to my mother's. You can make your own dinner tonight.
He hung up on me. Well, I played Metal Gear 4, finally, just about all the way through them at the end, and
Did you?
thank God Earl and Jay aren't here to bust my nuts about this one because I was wrong. The game is really fucking good. See, the problem was I was playing it on like medium or hard or whatever, and it was just there's too much fucking. They spotted me from like 8 miles away, shit, and I was getting annoyed at that. But I put it on easy mode, and that was the mode for me because I was able to get through the game like sneaking most of the way, and there's some really, really incredible shit in that game that I don't want to ruin it for anybody because I'm gonna make you all play it because eventually you will buy PS3s or else. But yeah, it really does like cover like almost everything from all the older games and wraps it up. I mean, I never played Snake Eater on PS2, but that's supposed to be really good. There's a few things in there that, because I didn't play that, I don't know what's going on in the story. But the story's a big bag of bullshit anyway, and nobody understands what the fuck is going on. You have to go to fucking Harvard to learn about it. But yes, I was wrong. This is the only time I'm ever going to admit being wrong, but it is quite amazing. And
now, did you pick up from where we were the day I came over and had played it with you?
I started over from the beginning.
Really?
Like right after you left, and I played it.
The 6 hours of cutscenes and stuff.
Yeah, well, I skipped. Luckily, since watching you play it, I was able to skip all those cutscenes since I just saw them. But yeah, right after you left that one day, I played it for about, I think, 6 or 8 hours that day, and then the next day, probably the same 6 or 8 hours. It was very, very compelling, and on easy, like the controls are still kind of bad with the camera.
There's so many buttons, and the camera is kind of troubling.
But on easy, you're able to work with it just because there's not 80 billion people coming at you, and you have time to play around with what angle you want to be looking at or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty fucking good.
You know what I'll say though, Dead Space kind of had the same problem with the buttons. It takes a while to get you. There's a whole bunch of different like button combos and stuff you have to use because you have like a time slowing power. You have a power where you can move items and stuff, and there's also like melee attack buttons. But that kind of like Metal Gear Solid took a while to get used to. But that had a much better camera than I think Metal Gear Solid had.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun the day I came over and tried it out. I mean, it was a little irritating getting used to, but
what else?
I wish all these, games of similar genres, like first-person shooters, kind of would follow the same goddamn button patterns. Like, just come up with something that everybody kind of likes and just kind of stick with it. Because having to relearn like a control schema for every game that you have,
it really depends though. Because like, I'm actually glad Killzone 2, the demo on PS3. The controls are very different from most first-person shooters, but I like them better, actually. It's a different kind of first-person shooter, too, though. It's not like just running from point to point and just like shooting people as fast as you can. It's actually more like kind of like Gears of War in a sense of that stop and pop shit, what they say, whatever the fucking term is. Like, I don't know. It's really cool. It controls... I think better than most first-person shooters, but you got to get used to it. So in that sense, I'm glad that some companies do play with it a little bit.
Sorry, we're playing Super Stacker 2.
The other things that I've been playing... first of all, let me say I must have spent a good $400 or $500 in the past. Since the last podcast.
Again?
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous. Like I went to Best Buy to get a game called Onichambara.
Oh god,
Bikini Samurai.
Not that Bikini.
It's great. It's great.
What are you talking about?
I saw that was like one of the worst games ever made.
No,
What is this?
it's really cool. It's called Onichambara.
You can't
Bikini
get hurt
Samurai.
at all in it.
What?
You can't get hurt at all.
Yes, you can.
No.
What are you talking
Unless you're retarded with 3 fingers missing on your hand. The bad guys can't hit you.
They do. I don't know where you're getting your info from. It's not a hard game, but like it's basically they throw a gazillion zombies at you, and a lot of them like will take 8 hours to bite you or do whatever they do. But like it's, I guess in a sense, what is that bullshit? game with the fucking samurais. There's 8 billion of them all over the screen on the PS2, and all you do is
Onimusha?
no though.
Ochinababra Bikini Samurai?
I can't remember the name of it. Regardless, it's a game on PS2 where all you do is hit the X button to slice people up. It's kind of like that, but like there's a lot of moves, and that's like the fun in it is constantly running around doing like these jump attacks to where you grab onto zombies' head and flip them over, and I don't know, it's neat. But I went to Best Buy to go buy that, which was $40, and then I see God of War 2. I might as well buy that too. I'll get to it eventually because I don't have a huge fucking list of shit to play. So I spent like, I don't know, $60 there. I got Street Fighter 4 for Xbox 360, which I already talked about. It's kind of, I don't know, not very fun. But I also got the controller for that, which was $40. And finally the Xbox has a good D-pad now. And it was worth it because now I can play shit like Bionic Commando.
Wait, which
Rearmed.
controller?
Huh?
Which controller?
The Street Fighter 4 controller, the 6-button D-pad thing.
Like the pad with a joystick?
No. It's a
Where is
6-button
this?
controller. I'll grab it in a minute.
All right.
But
What
so
you
I
talking
bought
about?
that, and then like I'm so like in like gaming bliss when I go to Best Buy. I'm like looking at other shit that I would never buy under any circumstances if I wasn't buying it. I saw Blue Dragon DS. I was like, I should buy that,
Oh,
but
God,
I
no.
didn't. I didn't.
Thank
but,
God.
that would have been stupid. And then on Amazon, I got Persona 3, which is fucking amazing. I'm so fucking sucked into it. It's an RPG, and you blow your brains out. I'm sure we talked about this before.
Well, I saw it. So.
Yeah, the Evoker.
What's that?
Shoot
The Evoker, right? Isn't that what it's called?
I don't know what the fuck it's called, but
You shoot
you
yourself
take a
to,
gun
Not
and you
nerd.
blow your fucking brains out
to
and these-
summon things.
to summon monsters, and the monsters fight for you. It's so good.
There's
It's
a big
got-
controversy over that, actually.
Who cares? Fuck people. and of course there is. And then in Persona 4 they took that out. You I think you go into a TV land and fight, but you don't blow your brains out for whatever reason. I actually have some music I want to play for you guys from Persona 3 since we're talking about it. Hold on. First of all, it's got like the weirdest soundtrack, but I hate black people music. You all know that, but
Marvin
for
Gaye.
some reason, this game's black people music is actually kind of fun.
Isn't it
to listen
techno
to.
though?
I don't know. It's black people music.
Techno
I don't
is
techno,
Asian people.
rap,
Yellow
whatever.
people.
But all right. So you'll go into a room and you'll hear music like this. It's very pretty and nice. Listen. Any moment now. All right. What happened?
Volume?
What happened? Oh, there we go. What the fuck is going on here?
Is it white people music?
See, it's so lovely and soothing.
It's a nice string medley.
All right, so you got this, and now you go into this, like, you live in this dorm, and when you walk in, you
Co-ed.
hear this black people music.
It's like jazz.
Yes. I don't know if I would qualify this as black people music.
Listen, of course it is.
It's like upbeat jazz music.
Yeah, it sounds like elevator jazz.
Yeah, it does.
Wait until the fucking guy starts singing already.
This could be like Kenny G though.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, here it comes.
So dance, wanna put you in a trance. Let's party.
I want to put you in a train.
Move that body, make sure you don't hurt nobody. I said, hey, feel the body with a
Okay,
It's
so
like Parappa the Rapper
Yeah,
music.
sounds like a
Yeah.
muffled.
it's awful, but it like grows on you. Hold on, let me turn this off. All right, so what we just heard, I'm going to read you the lyrics for it. All right. So dance, wanna put you in a trance. Let's party, move
My pants.
Shut up, listen. Let's party, move again your body. Move everybody, move that body. Make sure you don't hurt nobody. I said hey, hey, hey. You in the body with the burning desire, yeah. Get up off of that beat. Dance or shake or let's swing. Come on, girl, let me rock the world.
Worthy of Shakespeare.
This is the beginning. This is
No, it's better than that.
no.
Yes, it is. Did you not hear what I just said?
But you admit that you can be wrong.
No, not in this case. All right, so that game's amazing. Everybody should go out and buy it. It took me so long to get that. How old is that game? Like 3 years by now? 2 years at least? And then Persona 4 came out. I don't even know when, but somewhat recently. And that got perfect 10s in just about everything you read, so I can't wait to dive into that. But, the point I was going to say about that was about an hour into Persona 3, I loved it so much that I wasn't even going to buy Persona 4, but I, right away went to the computer and ordered it, and it came, and now I got to wait, probably 3 months before I get to that. So, yeah. I got a game called Bullet Witch. I don't know if I talked about this on the last podcast.
I played it.
Yeah, it's decent for what it is. It was like $10, I think.
Yeah.
The controls are pretty bad, but I don't know. The scenery's cool. You shoot zombies, blah blah blah. Ninja Gaiden Ninja Gaiden Sigma for PS3. That was a $15-$20, and
Nice.
it's easily the best action game to come out in probably 10 years.
Have you played 2 yet?
Only the demo, and
I
it
haven't
didn't
played.
really seem all that good.
No.
No, the camera was way worse.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, God.
and
it was tough enough in the first one.
yeah, exactly. And the locales were very flat, just buildings. I'm sure it gets better as the game goes along, but I mean that was enough to turn me off. I'll get it when it's way cheap. I know it's like $20-$30 now, but when
Yeah.
it's 10, I'll buy it. Why the hell not? I got Lair for PS3. That's actually decent. It uses the 6-axis motion thingy to fly your dragon around, and that was, I think, $15-$20, so that was worth it. And Katamari Damacy, the first one, I never actually bought that, and that was $10. Amazon is the place to go for some shit. Oh, yeah, if you don't have Persona 3 or 4, go to Amazon to get it because it comes with art book and CD soundtrack, and I believe it was $27 or $30
Nice.
for each one.
If you don't have Persona 1, go out and buy it.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's
Well,
good.
I'm gonna get to that in a minute here in the news. I got that's all I've been playing anyway, so I might as well jump right to news. PSP's got some crazy shit coming out. One is a Persona remake. So, you excited about that?
For PSP?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to play that.
Yeah,
I
so-
like the first Persona. It's good.
I never played it.
It's great. I got it for PS1. And I think it's actually worth some money, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Maybe. I could be wrong.
What's Persona 2 on? I guess PS1 also.
I think it's PS1 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever played that one?
No, I haven't. The only one I've played was the first Persona.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I'm like totally in love with this game. I want to get like tattoos of it and shit. Anyway, they're coming out with I'm pretty sure we all here thought PSP was dead because they didn't release anything for like a year, right? But like,
PSP?
yeah.
Yeah.
But then they come out with this fucking. I don't know. They had some kind of conference. I forget what it was called. But yeah, there's a bunch of good games coming out. Assassin's Creed's coming out. Silent Hill 1 remake for PSP. Well, that's just a rumor as of right now, but I'm sure it's true. Little Big Penis is coming out for PSP. That's going to be awesome, even though I don't even play the regular Little Big Penis anymore because it just got way too time consuming. I was spending 3 hours on making a little character that pops out of these little things called emitters, and then they don't do anything. So, it was like, it wasn't worth what I was, putting into it to get out of it. They're coming out with Rock Band for PSP. Why? That doesn't make any sense. What are you going to do? Little plastic guitars, get the fuck out of here. Speaking of Rock Band, they finally came out with a Jimmy Eat World pack. They're like one of my favoriteest bands, and good songs too. Sweetness.
Praise Chorus.
I don't think so.
Bleed American.
No.
Pain.
Lucky Denverman from
Okay.
the album Clarity, and something from the new one. I can't remember what. Futures.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's good. I bought them, even though I don't play Rock Band anymore,
Yeah.
and maybe I'll get to that eventually. Did either of you watch the God of War 3 trailer that I posted on the site,
I watched
which
it
I
here.
stole from a different site?
Well, I saw it here.
You saw it here, but Chris, did you watch it?
God of War trailer? No.
Yeah, it looks fucking amazing. The only thing is, like, they don't say if it's CG or anything. It's very hard to tell nowadays because we were playing MotorStorm and watching the replays. The replays look as good as the God of War trailer, so it could be real-time graphics. It's, you know, I don't even think they've said whether or not it is, but I think it is, and they're just using wacky camera angles to show, you know, cinematic action and whatnot. So if it looks that good, everybody's going to buy a PS3 for that game alone, because if you haven't played them, the other God of Wars are amazing.
From what I read, the Game Informer, I know you don't really like Game Informer, but they had a whole big article where they're talking all of the creators and makers of it, and apparently the cutscenes are supposed to be similar to the actual in-game play. It's supposed to be the same because they really didn't make differences between the in-game graphics and the cutscene graphics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, from what they were saying in the article. So apparently they used the same, you know, like resolutions, everything.
That's
so
a beautiful thing.
that might be a good thing then,
Yeah. Well, it looks.
based on what it looks like.
Yeah, it looks incredible.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I've been really itching to play the first God of War again. I let somebody borrow it, and I should be getting it back sometime soon. But when my PS3 broke, I had to fucking erase my save data and completely reboot the system. So I lost everything, of course, and I have to start from the beginning. And that's a pretty long game, from what I remember. So, other things in news. This will be the last time I'll ever bring up the Wii, I'm sure, because I'm sure we can all agree that the Wii is not made for gamers, and they don't make video games anymore. They make bullshit party games that
Who's it made for? It's not made for
Old
games.
people.
made for fucking old people and stupid cunts that like, oh, let's go play bowling. It's not fun. Get over it.
Yeah.
But anyway, Punch Out is eventually coming out. I think it was April. And I don't know why I'm getting my hopes up. Maybe it's because it's using a lot of the same old characters, but if they don't have an option to use a regular controller on that game, I'm going to be very upset, and I'm sure they won't. But it is coming, and
Beat
we
up
should
Glass
all
Joe
be
again.
very excited. Huh?
Beat up Glass Joe again.
Yeah, exactly. But it looks really nice. I don't know. It won't be fun. I'm gonna stop getting my hopes up. Speaking of aliens, even though we weren't talking about it, Aliens strategy RPG canceled.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
And- because they're making a stupid Aliens vs Predator game.
What? That didn't work the last time.
Well, first of all, the movies are the gayest fucking thing you ever seen.
No, that's not true.
Yes, they are. They're awful. What sense does it make
Blasphemy.
when a predator
You blaspheme.
when a predator walks around killing people in Antarctica or wherever the fuck they are, and a black lady joins teams with the predator and runs around shooting things? It doesn't make any sense, and it's garbage. It makes me mad. But yeah, Aliens strategy RPG canceled, and that's very upsetting because you know what's coming next. The Aliens Colonial Marines, they're gonna cancel that too.
Predators like some black people. They didn't really like Apollo Creed in the first one, but they
No,
liked
and the
Danny
other-
Glover in the second one. So.
And the other black guy that gets
Oh, yeah.
his arm.
No one
Oh wait,
knows
no,
who
that's
he is.
Apollo Creed. Never mind. Somebody made a replica syringe from BioShock. Did anybody see that?
No.
I'll bring it up on the internets later, but it looks awesome, and I want one. But
What
as
do you
good
mean?
as the Big Daddy suit that one dude made.
I haven't seen that.
No? Oh,
But yeah,
it's amazing.
it looks awesome. And see, if they had it for sale, I probably would buy it because I'm dumb. And I bought that Gears of War Lancer, and that's been sitting in the box that it came in
Yeah.
for the past 6 months or whatever. And
Give you 10 cents for it.
that's it in news, really. And I don't know, fucking for downloadable potables. We got the Resident Evil 5 demo. Did everybody here try it?
No, I didn't.
Really? Am I the only one?
I was going to download it yesterday, but
Resident
I
Evil 5 trial. I
decided
didn't
I
know that.
didn't want to wait.
Yeah, it's been on there for a couple of weeks, and
I figured I'm going to buy it anyway, so what is the...
look, it looks amazing. Plays exactly like the other ones. It's, I don't know. I liked Resident Evil 4,
I
but
do too.
it needs, the controls really do need to, come into the fucking present a little bit. You still can't strafe or move around while firing. It's annoying. I know that.
Really?
Yeah. You can strafe while walking, which is cool, but not while you got your gun drawn. And,
Really?
and it really is absurd. I won't be buying it, probably because of that alone.
That is a little irritating.
Whatever.
Because after Dead Space you can do that. You can
Oh, you can?
You can move while you have the aimer up. Obviously, you just use the right joystick to move the thing around, but you can move your body with the left joystick.
That's cool. Yeah, that's the way it should be. Now I want to play Dead Space.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, people who like the series are probably going to buy it regardless. But just be
I
aware. It's the same shit over again.
Yeah, but you can co-op.
Co-op, yeah, whatever. That's not very exciting. There's a Halo Wars demo, which is a real-time, somewhat real-time anyway,
Yeah.
strategy game, and that's fun. Did anybody try it? No?
No.
Of course not.
I haven't. I actually haven't even been on my Xbox in a while, believe it or not. So I haven't checked anything out, like new downloads and all that stuff. So
Well, what have you been doing? You only have 3 kids.
yeah,
It's not like you got to fucking watch them and shit.
Yeah, I've been playing the PSP because it's easier because I can play it on the train to to work or whatever, and that's pretty much it.
I'm not really a big real-time strategy.
Yeah,
I'm not either.
I hate
the only
real-time
one I ever played was StarCraft, and that was only because my friends played it and they wanted me to play with them. Apart from that, the only closest thing I ever played is just Risk.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
the board game Risk, but I just play it on the computer.
Well, there's something about this Halo
not
Wars
really
that,
it.
like, it kind of has a Pikmin element to it where, you can just order all your dudes to go attack a shield to, so you can move along. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
kind of neat, but, it's no Pikmin. That's, like, the greatest game ever made.
FR?
And also for downloadable, and I know nobody cares, but PS3, little thing called Nobi Boy. It's not really a game, but it's made by the same guy who made Katamari Damacy. It's $5, and you're this little inchworm thing that you eat things around the world, and it gets longer.
Oh, I
and
saw that.
It's weird. And it's got like a song in the background that sounds like Kansas Dust in the Wind with no lyrics, but it's so soothing. And the couple times I tried to play it, I immediately fell asleep within I don't know, maybe 10 minutes or something. So every time I'm having trouble sleeping, I just play that, and it's been working. I get very tired very quickly. But yeah, there's like no goal. You just walk around and eating things. I don't know if it's worth buying. It's kind of neat and funny looking. It's like the plainest game you've ever seen. There's like no textures. Everything's green or brown. And I don't know. It's weird. And then for Xbox 360, I downloaded R-Type Dimensions, which is R-Type 1 and 2. Original look, it's got original graphics, but if you hit a button, you can change it to the 3D mode on the fly. Like as you're playing, you can switch between old and new, which is kind of neat. I think that was $15. I played it for 3 seconds, and I'll probably never play it again. So that's a nice waste of $15.
Yeah.
And that's that for me. I don't know anybody else get anything? Download anything? Demos? No?
No. Like I said, I was gonna do Resident Evil 5 yesterday, but I figured I'm gonna get it anyway. So demo's really not gonna make or break me because I figure it really can't be any worse than Resident Evil 4.
When's that coming out anyway? Is it March? It is March now.
Not this Friday. Next Friday.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
Friday the 13th.
Oh, that's cool. All right, good. You buy it, so I don't have to, and then I'll watch you play it.
Hey, yeah. Or you could get it and we could co-op.
Nah, I spend too much money. I can't.
Well,
I can't
go
do this
go
again.
sell back your Anachunabra bikini
No.
zombie warrior.
The game. Oh, one thing I forgot to say about that game: the Onichambara, Bikini Samurai Squad, is
Chupacabra.
made by the same people who did Earth Defense Force, which is my new all-time favorite game.
You just said pick me.
Well, I changed my mind again. Before you guys leave, we're playing a little bit. I know Chris has already played a little bit. What do you think of it? Do you like it at all, or
Not really.
nah? Jay Foschel has been coming over just about, I don't know, every other week or something, and we kill big bugs for a couple hours. And I've never had so much fun playing a game.
Maybe if I was like drunk or high, it would
Probably
be more fun. But
I don't know. There's something about it.
sober, it's just kind of repetitive
It's
for the
very
repetitive for the bug levels and irritating for the big robot levels because
Yeah.
they blow you up and your body continually bounces in
The
the air
landscape
for
is
25
huge,
seconds.
though. It's like the one level is the
Yeah,
size
it
of
is.
Grand Theft Auto 4. Like you run for 45 minutes, and
Yeah, that is
it's just
true.
to find like one ant that's running off in the distance.
It's
I don't
kind of
know.
fun because you can shoot shotguns from like hundreds of feet away. and
Yeah,
hit
that's how.
people.
Oh, there's so many fucking
Rocket launchers.
rocket
and
launchers,
machine
shotguns,
guns.
machine guns, flamethrowers, grenades, grenade launchers.
Yeah,
It's like never ending, but
it is lootish. Lots of
Yeah,
lots
yeah.
of loot to get.
very fun.
Have you watched any movies or TV lately?
Lost.
Yeah, I've been
Lost
watching that.
has been amazing
Yes,
this
it
season
has.
so far.
Don't tell me about last week because I missed it.
I won't say anything, but
I-
it was awesome.
I just started watching 30 Rock. I never watched that before.
So good.
It's very funny. I mean, Tracy Morgan is like. I mean, I
He's
like
the
Tracy
funniest
Morgan
black
before.
man alive.
Yeah, I
Or
liked him
in history.
I liked him before, but I like him even more now.
Yeah.
Like,
They got pictures of me going into a Starbucks, but I was really doing the robot backwards out of a Starbucks, or whatever the fuck he says.
movies. I was telling Jack I finally watched that movie Dark City because he was telling me
That's a pretty good
Persona
movie.
3 is playing. Kind of has that same dark hour, 25th hour, basically.
Yeah,
That's
there's an hour after, like at midnight. There's an extra hour in the day that everybody else in the world, except for a select few, are in their coffins. I don't know why they're in coffins, but so you have to go to your high school, which turns into a fucking
Tower.
like tower, castle, whatever, and you fight these monsters, and yeah, and that Dark City has kind of same thing
Yeah.
going on.
I also watched. I don't know if you like war movies. Miracle at St. Anna. Don't
Is it new or what?
bother.
Okay, good.
That's the one that Spike Lee did with the
what's his name?
this movie.
Forrest
Spike,
Whitaker. Is it?
no, he's not in it, but it's for black guys during World War II. This is one Spike Lee directed. It just came out a couple months ago in theaters.
Forrest Whitaker, the guy with the fucked up eye.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know, I read mixed reviews on it, but I figured I might as well. I like war movies, so I figured I'd watch it. Don't bother.
Yeah.
Just pass on it. It's almost 3 hours long. Could have done the whole story in an hour and a half. And even then, the story wasn't good at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I got to the end of it, and then there was the reveal at the end, and I wanted to shoot my laptop screen
Yeah.
because it was the most obvious and retarded ending ever.
One thing I've been watching actually is the Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson.
Yeah,
Have you watched that at all?
I've seen it.
I've seen it. Isn't it awful?
No,
No.
it's pretty funny actually.
Yeah?
It's
Yeah.
actually probably my favorite of all like the late shows.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
Conan.
yeah. Conan's
Speaking
okay.
of
Conan's
which-
the shit.
I
Yeah.
hate Letterman. Letterman sucks.
Yeah.
No, come on.
Oh, Letterman's
I
the
hate
worst.
Letterman.
Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? He's so
I think
bad.
he's the worst.
He's
like
such a dick. That's why I love him.
No, he's not even a dick. He's just not funny. And like he used to be great. Like maybe like when all you had was Carson,
Yeah.
you know, as an option. But I mean, like, all right, Leno sucks. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's a given.
Yeah.
Conan's good. But Craig Ferguson, I think, is the funniest one out of all of them.
Really? I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, definitely like he's on par with Conan. I would say.
what
on
little
par.
I've seen of it, he doesn't seem to have a funny bone in his body.
No,
unless
he's
I'm
very-
fucking him.
I like him. I've seen it. I think he's pretty funny, but Conan is still by and large my favorite. Speaking of which,
he's
did you
great.
watch? I know Jack, you probably didn't watch
I
because you
can't. I
got
can't
to
stay
get up
that
in
late, Yeah.
but crack of dawn. But yeah, the Conan O'Brien, best of luck. Going to the earlier hour. Watch.
Yeah,
the,
He's getting Andy Richter back. Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy?
yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, who's he taking over for? Conan. He's taking.
They're moving time slots up an hour. Jay Leno moves to 10:30. Conan O'Brien moves to 11:30, and
So Leno's
now
not going
Jimmy
anywhere.
Kimmel.
They
is
just
the
moved.
New,
They
not
moved
Jimmy
everybody
Kimmel,
up.
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon is the new late night
Oh, get out of
at
here.
12:30. But who cares? Conan O'Brien's now on it at 11:30, so you watch that and then you can turn off. You can go over to Craig Ferguson.
Just throw it over. I can't watch Craig Ferguson when he's on. I put it on DVR.
Where's
Yeah.
Where's Kimmel at? Kimmel's very funny.
I like him. I like his show.
He's the last one. He's like,
No, he's on before Letterman, or is he
During
before or after Letterman? I forget which episode. He's not on NBC. I'm just in the NBC lineup is now going to be Jay Leno, Conan O'Brien, Jimmy Fallon.
I don't even have TV. I don't know why I'm even in the conversation, but I do enjoy those shows whenever I could watch them.
I like Jimmy. I like Jimmy Kimmel. I like Craig Ferguson show. Conan O'Brien's my favorite,
Yeah, he's great.
and I don't really like Jimmy Fallon. I think people are not going to watch.
No, he's obnoxious.
Which kind of irritates me because he takes over. I think I'm not sure if it's this week or next week. He starts soon, so there's not going to be any Conan O'Brien for a while because they're not changing the times around until June. So from now until June, it's going to be Jay Leno and then Jimmy Fallon, and then in June they're going to move Jay Leno up to 10:30 to 11:30, Conan from 11:30 to 12:30, and then Jimmy Fallon from 12:30 to 1:30.
Now, the people at home might be wondering why the fuck we're talking about TV, but there is a late show game coming out on PS3 and 360 where you can play Conan
Really?
and dress him up. No. But,
Do either of you? I know you don't watch TV, Jack. Do you ever watch Attack of the Show, Chris?
On G4 Network?
Yeah.
I've caught it a few times, yeah.
Yeah, I've started watching that.
is that with that obnoxious gay kid, Adam Sessler?
No, that's X-Play.
Okay, never mind.
This is the other one with the really hot chick.
And I have no evidence that the man is gay. It's just a guess.
It's on at new episodes are on 7 p.m. weekdays, and then they show the previous day's show at 4 p.m. I know this because I don't work, and on days
Nice.
when I'm not in class all day, I watch it. I actually like it. It's probably one of the only shows that I like on TV anymore.
Well, the chick makes it bearable because she's kind of, she's cute.
Yeah, but I mean, they show
What's her name?
Olivia Munn. She's Asian.
Muff. Ooh, yeah?
She look her up.
Ooh,
She's part
Asian.
Asian, part something else. I forget what.
I'm pretty sure she was Asian.
But no, they show everything. They show funny clips from the web. They show you know like new gadgets and stuff. They do some video game stuff. Obviously, they show hot chicks. It's good. I mean, it's a collection of everything that's awesome. So
Yeah, but I can just look at porn if I want to see hot chicks. Many, many good sites out there for the perverted.
yeah, watch Lost.
Yeah, Lost
Lost
is
has
the
been
shit.
amazing.
And with that, anything else? Want to wrap this shit up?
How's that new guitar? Awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I guess that's it.
I mean, we could do fucking games for remakes, but I can't think of a single thing I want to see remade at the moment.
Remake Resident Evil 4, but with movable battle controls.
Yeah, that would be nice.
and newer.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing in news. I'm sorry. I said I'd never bring up the Wii again, but I guess I lied. They're coming out with Pikmin and some other game. I can't remember which. Mario Tennis with new play control, they're called. And it's basically the same GameCube game with the Wii remote, which Pikmin, that would probably be good. And it's going to be cheap, like $30.
Yeah. Mario Tennis I love
Yeah?
for the
You don't even have a Wii, do you?
N64.
Do you have a Wii?
No.
Or no? Okay, good.
You're talking about tennis from Nintendo 64?
No, from GameCube.
I never played it on game.
Yeah?
I only played the one on Nintendo 64, and I love that game.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think it was pretty much the same
Mario
thing.
Power Tennis or
Yeah.
something. Is that what the GameCube one was?
And, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
All right. Or does anybody want to do a game for remake? Anybody got any ideas?
Well, I already said Resident Evil. But
Yeah, anything else?
No, I haven't been playing old games. Chris, what about you?
I haven't been playing I haven't played much of anything. I'm kind of useless being here today, in fact.
Yeah.
I want to see Zelda 1 remade on PSP.
Yeah, that'll never happen.
Well, okay, that's it then.
And
All right, good
the
evening.
next couple of weeks, I know I said a few weeks ago I'm going to try and get reviews up for the other games. I'm going to try and slim them down. I realize my reviews are kind of lengthy.
Yeah, whatever.
Lefty reviews always good.
Yeah, it don't
But
matter.
I'm going to try and make them shorter, sweeter, and more cynical and douchebaggery-ish. So,
And I'm going to try to actually finish a game so I can review it.
yeah.
Maybe Metal Gear 4? No, fuck that.
Do
I
it.
already said I liked it. That's enough.
All right.
Okay, good evening, everybody. See you in 8 months.
Thanks for coming.
Adios.
We now return to Jack and the Snake.
Hello?
Hey, baby.
What do you want?
Can we talk about this?
There's nothing to talk about.
Look, I didn't mean to call you a bitch. I flew off the handle and
You're sorry?
let's just say we were both wrong and put this ugly mess behind us. You can come home now.
What's the point? Nothing's gonna change. I should have never married you.
What, so now you want a divorce?
Maybe that would be for the best.
Where is this even coming from? 1 minute you're totally in love with me and the next you're...
I found someone new.
What?
That concludes this week's episode. Tune in next week to hear what kind of wacky mischief these two homos get into. Next time on Jack and the Snake.